Sports on Air.
We were trying to find the balance between playing the game hard, respecting the game, and yet not trying to run up the score. We didn't want to run up the score and embarrass anybody. Obviously, there's a big gap in talent between the two teams, but the SEA Games are all about competition and friendship. You compete through friendship. You try to gain friendships. You're not trying to create enemies in the SEA Games. That's why you all come together, and that's something we wanted to try to represent tonight. We want Myanmar to keep coming back and keep wanting to play, keep wanting to improve their basketball program. We don't want to discourage them, and no one likes to be embarrassed. No one likes to be humiliated. So we just try to be respectful and try to continue to play the game hard, create good habits going into the next game, and again, not try to run up the score. So I thought our guys did it. In the beginning, it was difficult finding that balance. We didn't find a good balance. We were just not, we were taking it too easy, and in that way, we're not respecting the game either when we take it too easy. So we turned it on a little bit in that second quarter, and we got going. Marcio and Matt got us going, hitting a number of threes, and then that kind of picked up our defensive intensity, and then we went from there. But we tried to, not fast break too much, try to slow the game down, so again, we wouldn't keep running up that score higher and higher and higher. That wasn't our purpose. Our purpose was just to go out, use this game to get ready for the next one, and show respect to our opponent.
Yes.
Coach, about the decision to sit Gilmar and Stanley?
Just that Jumar is really worn out. I mean, there's no injury, no injury factor at all. We just thought that Stanley's been aching a little bit. Nothing major, but he's been complaining about his knees a little bit, so we decided to just get him a rest, get him ready for the semifinals. And the same for Jumar. You saw Jumar's effort against Vietnam last night, and we felt he needed a day of rest, and we want to get him ready for the semifinals. So there's no injury involved. That was just a coach's decision not to play them.
Coach, all Myanmar played a stellar game against you, winning 8 points and get the crowd that win. Got 16 points for second quarter alone.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, he was making some incredible shots. I think in the beginning we kind of took him for granted, and he hit some open shots, and we talk about that as a team. We control the confidence of the other team, and we gave them confidence early because we were letting him take any shot he wanted, and then when we started to play him hard, he already had that confidence, and he was making shots all over the place. Credit to him, and he's a nice player and quick and can shoot the ball. So he surprised us early in the game.
Matt, can you talk about finding the balance that Coach Tim was talking about between playing hard and still respecting the game, not running off the score?
What specifically do you want to know about that?
Yeah, just trying as a player, being out there and trying to still respect the opponent, but at the same time, playing the game that you want to play.
I think it was a little bit of a challenge, but I think that's what Coach Tim wanted us to accomplish. A little bit of, not just go out there and, just freelance and play street ball. We easily could have done that, but that's not going to do us any justice. We're looking forward to the next game, so we're using this as kind of like a barometer to see where we're at, and also to keep us sharp, mostly defensively. And I think that we were a little bit lackluster in the first quarter, and we gave them confidence, like Coach said. But yeah, there is a balance that needs to be maintained, and I feel like we started to get into the groove of it in the second quarter and throughout the game. But yeah, it was a little bit of a challenge, but I think that we eventually got into things. So.
Coach, your thoughts on heading to the semifinals against Indonesia?
Well, we all know who the coach is over there. I mean, we all know him, and we know, how great he's been with the original Gilas team, with the Marco Borok, Marcio Lassiter team. That was he grew that team, and he was really the kind of the founder of the Gilas program. So he's contributed a lot to where this program has gotten to right now. And but again, and then he coached in the PBA. We all know how good he is, and we know how disciplined his teams are. They play with great discipline. They're usually very good shooting teams, and they were supposed to bring a naturalized player, and apparently he couldn't come, and that is, I think, kind of put a crimp in their plans. But I think that's probably Chris or Marshall. There we go. Got to use some strength there, Marshall.
I use it all in the game.
Power out.
All in the game.
Where were we? Oh, Ryko. So, he's a good friend of mine, and it's always difficult to play coach against your good friend. But he has something he has to do, and we have something we have to do. We're gonna go out and show our players out on Monday. We're not gonna hold anything back. We're gonna go after them because we respect them so much. We know anything can happen against them. Certainly, we'll be the favorite team, but we're used to that at this point. So we're gonna go out and get them.
Same thing. You've been under Coach Wright before, and now, especially after a shooting night of yours like this, how do you see Monday's game?
Yeah, Coach Wright was the first coach, as you guys know, and I played, a lot with him. We learned a lot, and he helped me develop as a player. So it's gonna be great to play against him. At the same time, we know what's at stakes. We're definitely not going to play any friendship or anything like that. We're going to definitely play as hard as we can because we want to get to the final round. So, I came out, luckily, got the shooting going, so I just want to follow up the game plan Coach got, and I know we'll execute it a lot better in this next cleanup game.
Okay, close that door now. Too loud.
Questions? Any more questions? Any more questions?
Coach,
Yeah.
why we allow Myanmar to score their 67 points, their biggest in a tournament?
Why did we allow it? Because I guess we gave them almost 30 points in the first quarter. So we just didn't come out and play the way we wanted to play in the beginning. But I guess the guys were really trying to feel their way early in the game of how hard they should go at them, and they didn't want to make them look bad right from the beginning. I think they just had a hard time figuring out the balance as they went along. But once they realized it was okay to play hard, then they started playing hard. I think in the beginning they all had the impression they weren't supposed to play so hard in the beginning because they didn't want to run up the score. But that was kind of not what we were looking for. And they found the balance later on.
Coach, Gilas just had one turnover the whole game.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I think they missed one. What was the one you were saying?
When Christian reversed it to Japet.
Yeah, Christian threw it right out of bounds. Remember that? Christian threw it to Japet. Yeah, and it went right out of bounds. And at halftime we had 0 turnovers. So anyway, it might be 2. But yeah, that's pretty incredible. 43 assists and 1 turnover. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But it's one of the things we talk about. We want to create assists. And of course, when these guys are knocking down threes, it's really easy to create assists. I mean, throw it to them, boom, and just keep knocking that thing down. So as long as we shoot like that, we're going to have a lot of assists. But that's one of our goals.
Coach, the crowd looks like they had played their sarcasm right the last 2 minutes, and they chatted defense against you.
No, that didn't bother us. We thought that was funny. You know, they were making all the highlight plays because we were holding the ball back and just running our offense. So we, like I said, if we wanted to play street ball, we could have played a lot of street ball and created some stuff, but that wasn't, again, the point of why we were out there. And so the crowd wanted to entertain themselves. And so just like with, what was his name, Lavin? In the first game, they were cheering him every time. I tell you, our crowds always take on our personality. I think it's fantastic. They find ways to entertain themselves. And I think it's awesome. They do it in the PPA as well. So that didn't bother us at all. I know they'll be cheering for us in come semifinals and finals.
Okay, Coach. Okay, aside from Mr. Marcio and Matthew, also Big Manuel also has a good game, 24 points and 11 rebounds. What are your thoughts on that big game from Big Manuel?
Oh, Vic is built for this SEA Games. He is like the ultimate player who can power through people. He uses his size, has great strength, and always plays hard. Vic always plays hard, and always goes to the basket hard, and always rebounds hard. So, like I said, he's built for this SEA Games, and we kind of see it. We saw that before it all started. And that's one of the reasons we added him on the team. Everybody needs a power guy, a strong guy on your team. You can't go without one. And he's our muscle man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.